Time now to check in on the top business story of the day. Trump's trade battle continues. Now the U.S. president is considering tariffs on imported cars and trucks. John Erlichman from BNN Bloomberg joins us now with the latest on the story. John, what is the latest here?
Well, Ben, you were just having a great conversation on part one, which is these tariffs on aluminum and steel. And now, at the same time that we saw those retaliatory tariffs kicking in here in Canada towards the United States, the president was on Fox News saying the big one, auto tariffs, could be next. Now, this is no small economic impact story. 20 to 25% tax on cars that are going into the U.S. If you were to see it, in theory, I mean, we're talking about an economy in Canada that generates about $80 billion a year from that, 120,000 plus jobs in Ontario, indirectly about 500,000 jobs. So a lot of people saying this would obviously have a significant economic impact. Yeah. Ben, what's so interesting about this story as well, though, is that you've got companies like General Motors who have come out, they've sent a letter to the Commerce Secretary saying, don't do this. Yeah. Don't do it. And even in the face of that, you've still got the rhetoric coming from the White House.
Well, there seems to be an appetite in Canada so we're all in this together. Right. We're all willing to pay a little more these days to get through this, to defend ourselves against what we feel are unfair trade practices coming from the United States. But if people start seeing jobs getting lost, if people start seeing their paychecks shrinking, how long do you think that's going to last?
It's very difficult to predict at this point. Obviously, the Canadian economy has a couple of wild cards. One is that interest rates are going up. So if you've got a mortgage, you got to meet those payments. And then if you lose your job, that's not a good thing, generally speaking. And I think the tone out of the White House, you really have to watch how Trump deals with U.S. companies. Because even if they're on board and saying, we shouldn't do this, look at Harley-Davidson that got caught up in the middle of this.
Un-American.
Yeah, so you've really got to be cautious. And it is a story that the markets are being quite cautious about as well.
Well, John Erlichman, thank you so much. We appreciate that you and BNN Bloomberg are keeping an eye on this story for us today.
You got it.